Okay, so thank you guys so much for jumping on our call. I have Michele Phillips. She's going to host today. Michele is awesome. She's a 3-star diamond. She's a Success Club 5 all-star. She built a super successful business while she was working full-time and even per diem part of that time. So she's working about 50 hours a week and still was able to then quit her per diem position. And honestly, like, it's really cool for somebody to be 3-star and just still working that 9 to 5. So she's going to talk to us about how she is able to work her business and be super successful with it by, still having a life and, she, hanging out with her boyfriend and doing all this stuff and still being awesome. So Michele, thank you so much for jumping on. And since we had so many issues, I'm going to let you jump right into it.
Thanks, April. April was on my large team call last night. My upline does a team call with like all of his downline. So I think there's like 2,000 people in his downline, but only like usually about 60 to 70 get on the call. Last night we had over 100 for April. She was like, I'm not used to this. I'm used to like 8 people.
Quite frightening.
But she did great. And after her, I was like, I feel like I need to make a PowerPoint, but I didn't because that's just not me. So I talk best and I'm kind of like April. Like, I feel like we're both a little scatterbrained when we talk. So you're used to her, so you'll probably be used to me. So thank you for having me on your call. I'm excited. This is my first time speaking on another team's call, so that's awesome. I just wanted to start by sharing a little bit of my story. I am a total party girl. Well, I'm a little bit of a retired party girl now, but my story basically in college, huge party girl, drank probably 5 to 6 nights a week. I was in a sorority, always drinking, eating pizza, eating Chinese food, all the good things in life. And I gained 50 pounds in college. Not only did I gain 50 pounds, but I also failed out of pharmacy school, which is actually something I haven't posted on social media, and I know that I need to. And every time I hear someone talking about sharing their story, I'm like, I need to share that. But it's still scary, so I'm getting there. But I'm able to talk to people about it now. But I was in pharmacy school. I failed one class, molecular, and they kicked me out, even though all my other grades were A's and B's. So 1 F, and I'm done. So then I went back to school and I got a 4-year degree in clinical lab sciences, which is what I do now. I work full-time as a medical technologist. It's just a fancy term for I work in the lab in a hospital. So I work in a microbiology lab. But what I graduated with, a 4-year degree and $135,000 in student loan debt, because I was at a private school for pharmacy for 4 years and then didn't make it the full 6. So I have a ton of student loan debt. So I graduated college, I'm making I started making like $19 an hour. So I worked full time, and I also picked up another job per diem because I needed to pay the bills, pay my almost $1,000 a month student loan payment on top of rent, electric cable, and then on top of like all the fun stuff like shopping and going out still, still partying, still doing all that stuff. So finally, I'll never forget, I should have got this picture right, but I was out in Atlantic City with friends, and we took photos that night, and I was standing next to my tall blonde friend that looks like a Victoria's Secret model, and I looked at that picture, and I was like, ew. Is that what I look like? I was always kind of in denial about my 50-pound weight gain. I knew I gained weight. I knew I was chubby. But I was always like, well, I have a cute face, so I guess it doesn't really matter that at least I'm not ugly. That's literally what I thought. I didn't really care about my health at that point. And it was kind of an excuse I made. So once I saw that picture, I was like, oh, hell no. And excuse my language, I swear. I was like, oh, hell no. I can't believe that's even what I look like. It was my wake-up call. So my roommate, who's also one of my coaches, one of my diamond coaches, Alyssa Sardelli, she's my roommate. She was my little sister in sorority. We lived together for 5 years. I was like, all right, let's do something. Because she had put on a little bit of weight after college too. So we started Insanity together. We ordered it off Amazon. We did not go through a Beachbody coach. We did not even know what a Beachbody coach was. Ordered it from Amazon because it was literally $2 cheaper. Didn't get the bonus DVD, all that good stuff. So then we're doing Insanity. We're getting good results, and we keep seeing Shakeology. And we're like, I think we're just going to try it. And I had a girl from my high school that was a couple years younger than me. I saw she was a coach. So I messaged her and was like, hey, I want to get Shakeology. I know you. Like, I'd rather have the money go through you than go to somebody else. And she was like, cool. So I signed up under her as just a customer, got Shakeology, was buying Shakeology for probably 5 months. She didn't talk to me about coaching. She never brought it up, never brought up the discount. I knew nothing about it. So then a different girl from my hometown posted something about her Shakeology one day. And I was like, oh my God, I love it too. I love the chocolate. I make it with peanut butter. It's amazing. And so she messaged me and was like, oh, well, who's your coach? I'm like, I don't know, some girl I don't really talk to. And she's like, well, if you're not really working with her, why don't you switch? You want to switch to me? And I'm like, sure. So I switched to her. Then she's like, why aren't you a coach? And I was like, I don't know what that is. And she was like, you save money. And I was like, oh, I like to save money. I'll do it. So I literally just signed up like right then and there. And then as my upline started training me, I realized that this could be something real. So that's kind of when I started working I started working the business immediately. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just did it. And I just figured it out as I kind of went along. So I think when I first started, I was kind of off and on. I wasn't really consistent my first year. Started March 2013. Made Success Club 10 my first 3 months. Then made Success Club 5, then didn't make it for the rest of the year. For like 5 months, I just didn't make it. I was like, I'm busy. I'm the queen of excuses. So I just made excuses all summer long, and the holidays, those are tough too. So Success Club wasn't a priority. So once January 2014 came, I kind of changed my mindset, and I was like, okay, I'm watching, this person, that person leaving their jobs to do this full time. Like, why isn't that me? That could be me right now. So in January 2014 is really when I went all in with the business. I was able to leave my per diem job pretty close to after like really committing. I probably could have left it sooner, but I was liking the free incomes. So I probably definitely could have left it sooner. I think I was making more money because my per diem job, I made like $130 a week. It was like not much at all. So I definitely was making more of Beachbody. It just took me a while to get the guts to leave it. And now I've been a coach for 2.5 years. Like April said, I'm a 3-star diamond. And I've replaced my full-time job income. However, I have a 3-year contract with my job. They gave me money towards my student loans if I worked for them for 3 years. So I believe it's May 15th, 2016 is my 3-year contract date. And I am like piecing out. I'm done. I'm going to leave my job and just do Beachbody full time. And I have never been more excited to do that. So that's just a little bit about me. One thing that I really wanted to talk to you tonight about working full time and also doing Beachbody is you really have to have a strong why. And I'm sure you've heard this so many times from so many different people and from April and from Kelly and YouTube videos and all that. But honestly, like if I didn't have this strong why of wanting to leave my job when my contract is up, I wouldn't be doing what I should do every day. I wouldn't be inviting. I would do it a little bit, but I'm really not the kind of person that, really sticks to stuff. Like I always I played like 50 sports growing up because I got bored and I went on to the next one. And then that one got hard, so I quit that one. And then that, so I always kind of jumped around anytime anything wasn't fun or easy for me anymore. And so coaching, as you might know, isn't the easiest thing to do. And it's not always fun. So for me, if I didn't have that strong why of being able to work from home, make a good income, pay off my debt, pay for my future wedding, we're not engaged, but we will be, pay for my future wedding with Beachbody money, all those are the things that motivate me every single day to get this stuff done. Your why should give you goosebumps. Like it literally should like make you emotional. Whether it's your kids or your debt, anything like that. I know for me, when I was a new coach, leaving my job was so far away. It was like so far in the distance that it was kind of in the back of my head, but I feel like it never really, I didn't believe I could do it yet. So what I did is I kind of made like a why list. So I put little things on the list that I wanted to do with my Beachbody income. I was a coach, like I said, the last week of March, and my upline was like, so you want to go to Summit? And I was like, I don't even know what Summit is. Like, what is this thing? I'm I'm like, a convention? That does not sound like a good time. And they're like, it's in Vegas. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Vegas is like my favorite city in the entire world. I will be there. So like one of my goals as a brand new coach, like I didn't have the extra money to just fly to Vegas, but I put it on my credit card. I trusted my team that they would teach me how to earn money with Beachbody. And that was one of my whys, was my flight and my ticket was going to be paid for with my Beachbody income and not my full-time job income and not credit card debt. So that's something that kind of motivated me. And then the next thing that like kept me going was I didn't fully earn the cruise my first year. I think I had like $400 left on it. And so then my next thing was like, okay, well, I'm bringing my boyfriend. I don't want him to have to put money into this cruise for my job. And I'm like, and I don't want to put, my personal money into it. So I was like, I'm going to make up that in my Beachbody earnings. So little by little, I just kept using these goals that I wanted to reach with my Beachbody income. And that's what motivated me. And then once I started building like a substantial business, I could see the potential of my long-term why, which is being able to work from home full time and raise my own future babies someday, like 10 years. So that's all I really wanted to say about why. So if you have a hard time, like if you're a brand new coach or maybe you really haven't hit the ground running yet and leaving your job is really, really far away and scary, that's still something to think about, but think about little goals you want to set yourself. Like, do you need a new car? How awesome would it be if Beachbody covered your car payment? Like, do you like getting your nails done every week? Like maybe Beachbody needs to pay for your nails. Like, just little things like that can motivate you to do the things you don't want to do every day, but you need to do. All right, the next thing I wanted to talk about is making time. So working full time, obviously 40 hours a week or more, depending on your job. I was doing about 50 every week, I think. I feel like once I had that strong why, focusing on making time for my business naturally happened. I work my business on my breakfast break. My coworkers literally talk to me, and this is what I look like. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, your son, yeah, that's awesome. Like I'm rude. Like I'm literally so rude, and they're rude because I'm trying to work my business. But so I work my business on my breakfast break, my lunch break. I take 10-minute bathroom breaks and message people back. Like literally, they probably either know what I'm doing or think I like have a bad bathroom problem. Yeah. So I literally am like in the bathroom. Like they're like, where have you been? I'm like, oh, I was just in the bathroom. And I'm literally on the toilet. Like, so sorry if you're messaging me and I'm on the toilet messaging you back. But this is literally where I squeeze in my work when I'm at work all day. I would rather do Beachbody in a minute than be sitting at work. So that's what motivates me. Like I keep thinking like I literally have a countdown 9 months from now. I'm not going to have to like work my business on the toilet. I might still do it, but I don't have to. So what else do I do? Let's see. Depending on the day at work, I do work on Beachbody. I have some coworkers that are like, get off Facebook. And I'm like, ugh, go away. But I do it anyways because I honestly don't care. I don't know if any of you or some of you were at Summit, but there was one, I think April was in the silver track. So we had different speakers, but there was one, I think it was changing your mindset from hobby to business builder, or was some kind of training like that. And this is so simple, but it just like resonated with me. And it's something I've already been doing, but it really hit a lot of my coaches. It was like, if you're a business builder and you're in this for the long haul, Beachbody is not your plan B. It's your plan A. Like it's your plan A. You need to treat it like it's your plan A. You can't treat it like it's a backup plan. Because if you want it to be your full-time gig, it has to be a priority. And that like really hit with me, even though I was already doing that, but that really like sunk in with a ton of my coaches. So honestly, I work on Beachbody at work. I don't care. They're not going to fire me. They might get annoyed. They might get mad at me, but you know what? I do it anyways because this is important to me. This is what I enjoy doing. So I do it. For those of you that can't work on Beachbody at work, obviously that's understandable. Not everybody can do that. But definitely try to squeeze it in your breaks. Like, take long bathroom breaks. If they have an issue, just be like, do you really want to know why I was in the bathroom for that long? And they probably won't. So don't worry about it. I dedicate one night a week after work to work solely on Beachbody. Like, if you want me to go to dinner, I can't do it that night. Like, if you want me to go out for drinks, not happening. And that's Wednesday night. It's my team call night. So I get out of work. I usually get home around like 5, depending. Some days I work till 4, 4:30, 5:30, whatever. But I usually get home around 5. I get home. I try to do my workout in the mornings, but that doesn't always happen. So if I didn't do that in the morning, I would get home, do my workout, and then I plant my butt in this chair that I'm in now, and I do calls with my coaches. New coach calls, coaches that need more motivation, cluster calls with a group of my coaches that maybe are feeling like they need more attention from me or they need more guidance. I have a diamond call with diamonds on my team, and then I have a team call, and then now I'm doing a team cup call right after my team call. So literally Wednesday nights from 5 to 10, I'm working on Beachbody. Not everybody has to do that. That's just something that I've found because I feel like I already have calls that are happening that night that I just put a lot into that and I just get it done. Another thing I do is I try to schedule all of my calls Sunday to Wednesday. I try to get them like Sunday night usually because most people, if they have to work on Monday, they're home Sunday night. So that's a good time to catch them. They're usually just watching TV, not doing anything useful. So Sunday night to Wednesday night is when I do schedule all of my Zoom calls. So then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can still do personal development. I still do invites. I still do my follow-ups, but I don't have to come home and feel like, oh, I have a million calls tonight. Like I get to relax and unwind and spend time with my boyfriend. So I really try to do that. And that doesn't have to be for everyone. You have to find a schedule that works for you and that fits in with your life. But that's something that I've found that I really like to do. I like to hit the ground running in the beginning of the week, kind of ease off the gas a little bit at the end of the week, still do the 3 vital behaviors, still do my workouts, still drink my Shakeology, but I'm not going as hard as I was in the beginning of the week. And I kind of get to relax or I get to go out to dinner with friends or that kind of stuff. All right, next thing is the funniest thing for me to talk about, but it's organization. And the reason it's funny is because I am the least organized person in the entire world. So like April said on my announcement is that I am not a type A, if you couldn't tell. I don't know if you follow gems, I'm a sapphire. I would say 60%. I am unorganized. I'm all over the place. I'm scatterbrained. I really have tried to work on that. That is something that I struggle with every day, but it's also something I'm working at every day. So even if you struggle at something, don't just be like, oh, I suck at that. I'm just never going to be good at it. You have to try. You have to try to make it work, as hard as you can. I bought this planner. It's over here. Never finished it, but I bought this planner. It's a 90-day planner. I really liked it. And when I went to Shilling Johnson's Smart Success, she was like, 90-day goals are the bomb. And I was like, that's awesome because I have this 90-day planner. You do? That's funny. So I literally would the night before the next day, I would write down what am I going to do? I'm going to wake up. I don't know if that happened. I'm going to work out. That might not happen either, but I'm writing it in there. I don't even know what that says. Post a workout pic. Post coach internship post. Shakeology for breakfast, go to work, literally scheduling in my day. And this is so unlike me, but I have to make myself do it. And right now I'm without a planner. I just actually bought the Passion Planner. If anyone's interested in that for the rest of the year, it's on sale for $14.99. It's half off. It's from now to the end of 2015. But I just grabbed that because that has more place for notes. This doesn't have enough spots for notes. But literally it feels, for being an unorganized person, it feels so good for me to be like, oh, I have to follow up with Cindy. Well, guess what I did? And she's a coach, literally. But, just being able to cross stuff off. I put my Success Club goals in my planner, everything. So that's why organization is funny for me to talk about because I'm not organized, but it's something that I work on every single day because I feel that you need some type of organization to get through this alive. The next thing I wanted to talk about is family. I don't have a family per se. I have a family, but I don't have kids. I don't have a husband. I have a boyfriend. We live together. He's also a coach. He's actually my 3rd diamond, and he works a business himself. So we kind of struggle with balancing both of us working our business. Because, there'll be some nights where I'm like, I want attention. And he's Facebook messaging girls. I'm like, who are those girls? And, they're Beachbody people. They better be ugly. But, no, I'm just kidding. So, like for me, I don't have kids, so it's very hard for me to be on the topic for people that have kids and balancing your time with your family and the business. But just some tips I wanted to say is that make sure you include your family and what you're doing. You need to explain to them why. Like, why is this important to you? What is this going to do for your family in the future? Like, these short-term sacrifices are going to go beyond their imaginations when it pays off. So they just need to be included. Like, if you're like secretly on the computer, like, and they don't know what you're doing, they're going to feel left out and they're going to start to feel hurt, and it's not going to be a good vibe. So you need to be honest. You need to include them. If you do have a spouse and kids, make sure you set strict business hours. Like, say you have a team call every Thursday at 7 p.m., your significant other and your kids need to know that you have a call at 7 p.m. and that is not mommy time. Mommy's taking a break at 7 o'clock. Daddy can handle it. Or, just if you can make it work, you have to make it work. There's certain things that are a priority. Team calls are a priority. So just make sure, you can work with your spouse and just let them know, like, on Monday night, I'm not going to be available at 8 o'clock. I'm available all night Tuesday, and then when you don't have your business hours, pay attention to them. Really pay attention, don't just be present. Don't just be like on your phone and oh yeah, okay, I'll be right there. Just try to really be present with them when you're not working your business hours during the week, because I feel like that'll really go a long way. What else did I write here? Oh, I just wrote the worst thing you can do is shut them out. I already kind of said that. They'll feel left out of your business venture. Be sure to include them. And I also want to say this business is your family's business. Even if you're the only one working it, it's not your business. It's your family's business. So you have to just make sure that your family knows that. Like, and Shalene touched on this at Summit. She was like, don't say my business. If you're with somebody, you need to say our business. They need to feel like they're a part of it, even if they're not physically working the business, because I'm sure they do a lot to help you. Like I said, whether it is watching the kids for an hour while you're a team call, whether it's cooking because you're busy doing something else, like, they're helping you with your business, even if it's indirectly. So be careful with your words. Always try to, and Dave and I are funny, like, I don't know what we'll say lately, but lately everything is like, that's ours. Like, I'm like, oh, that's our cell phone. We're like queer about it. But so that we like emphasize the hour on everything, just be annoying. All right, the next thing I want to talk a little bit about is excuses. All right, I said this earlier. I was the queen of excuses. I could come up with an excuse for anything. I don't like to take the blame for myself. I never like to take the blame for anything. And I was actually on a corporate call a few weeks ago, and Jeff Pearson asked me, he said, what, besides financially and physically, what's one thing that Beachbody's helped you with? With yourself. And like, not to sound weird, but like, I've always kind of liked myself. Like I've always been a happy person. Like, so I had to think about it, and I was like, you know what? Before Beachbody came in, I wouldn't take the blame for anything. I would blame everything. Like, if I was late for work, it's the traffic. I would never be like, I'm sorry. Like, I woke up late, which I always do. I would never take the blame. Like, it was always some other excuse. So that dribbled into my coaching business. So when I started coaching, and I started off with a bang, was selling challenge packs right and left and really successful, and then summer happened and stuff got busy. I'd just be like, oh, I'm just so busy. I mean, other people do this full time, so they have a lot of time, but I don't have time because I work full time. I'm just really busy and I don't have time. So that can wait, and I don't have time to run my own group, or I don't have, I just had all these excuses. And through personal development, like listening to Danny Johnson, like, as much as sometimes her shrieking voice drives me nuts, she has really good points. And I really value her knowledge on network marketing. And she literally is like, just shut up and do it. Like, just shut up and do what you're supposed to do, and you will see the benefits of it. So when I cut out all my excuses in the business is when the magic started happening. Like, that's literally when I started really seeing consistent success in my business. I just had to drop all the excuses, take ownership of where my business was and why, and why I wasn't hitting Success Club, because I wasn't putting in the work consistently. So once I owned that, I feel like that's when I started to be able to move forward even more. And another thing I wanted to say about no excuses is I'm placed on the, I have to think about this. I'm placed on the weak leg of my sponsor coach who is an Emerald coach. And I want to say she's a discount coach, but she sells stuff here and there. Like when she goes all in, she goes all in and she does really well and she'll hit Success Club, but then she kind of falls off. So I'm on her weak leg. I think she's only ever signed a coach under me once or twice and they've quit. So I've built a team I have 550 coaches in my downline on the weak leg of my sponsor. So you literally don't have an excuse. Like, yeah, it would be awesome if I was on a strong leg, but that's not going to stop me. Like, I'm not going to let that get in my way. Like, I'm still going to kill this business. It might take me a little longer than somebody on a strong leg, but I'm going to do it. So that's all I had. I feel like I could say way more, but I don't. My brain is fried. But I can take questions if anyone has any questions for me.
Thank you so much. And yeah, I felt so bad because as soon as you started talking, I was like, I had so much more awesome stuff to say about Michele, but I was like scatterbrained from
That's okay.
all of that happening. But yeah, I just have, when was it, March or April that we met? We were at Smart
Success, yeah.
Yeah, and so Shalene Johnson, who I just like love her so much, I just want to be here.
I do too.
I know. Every time she does something else, I'm like, that's just hashtag goals. Like,
life goals.
Yeah. So, but you know, when you just kind of meet those people that you totally click with, Michele was that person for me. So it's really funny with a lot of the stuff that she's saying. I'm like, yep, that's me. And I just got a planner too. I loved that 90-day planner. So the same company that made that, what is it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that one. Is that from like August to next July, or is that just for the rest of the year?
So I bought mine at the end of July, and so it's July to August. So
because the reason I didn't want with the passion planner is because it was like $15, and I thought that one was the rest of the year, and that one was like $30. So that's why I went with the passion planner. But that was somebody told me the passion planner was modeled by that planner, so it's like the same thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because every time I looked at the passion planner, it was like $40 or $50 or something.
Yeah, I think it's like $35, but it's half off right now. I got it for like $14.99, I think.
So yeah, so this one is super fun. It's called Tools for Wisdom. So in the beginning, it's kind of at the beginning of each month, it kind of asks you like your goals and stuff. And okay, so if you write big or anything, and then yeah, so then it has like weekly goals. I just love something that like kind of keeps me accountable. So this is what else I love. I'm trying to, again, get organized. And so this up here goes 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. And up here says my daily goal. And so I usually do like a Success Club goal, and then I'll do something with my workout. And then down here says top priority, secondary priority, other, and ideas. And then it kind of is like, what's my goal for the week? So it kind of has everything right there that kind of reminds you. And then I would highly suggest I don't have to write a ton of notes, because with my highlighting system, I know yellow is my follow-ups and my invites. Green is new people I've talked to. Like orange is people that have bought, and then pink is people I've talked to about coaching. So yeah, so something like that, that's something for like somebody that's really not organized, that has helped me a ton. And then I write down every single person so that I can go back and follow up with those people. So yeah, loved that part about like, I write in everything. I write in, if, okay, have a Zoom call here, I have to exercise here. I write it all in, because otherwise I will forget.
One of the coaches on my team, Amy Reelman, she is like total type A personality. And she was joking one time because she schedules in the time she spends with her boyfriend. And Gage is like, you really have to like put me in on your calendar. And she was like, yes, it's part of my day. And I have to see where I can fit you in. And like, she's just such her personality. Like she's such a planner, and her boyfriend's like, you really have to like put me on your planner. And she was like, yes. She's like so strict about her time.
Oh, that's so funny. So, yeah, I loved the part about including your family in what you're doing, because that was a huge thing for me. When I was just starting, Matt, I didn't really talk to him about Beachbody at all. It was just like, he would sit me and I'd be like,
Yeah.
like, and he hated it. He was just like, I remember, this is like the one moment that I really remember it. And he was like, I'm not going to watch another movie by myself. So you can either put your phone down or you can go upstairs and I'm going to watch this or something like that. And I
feel like Maddie, I mean, I only met Maddie a few times, but I feel like he's like pretty laid back.
He is.
So for him to like say that, he was probably super pissed.
I was like, been thinking about this one for 6 months.
I know, you're like, I wonder how long it took him to say that. It's like forever.
It's like that. You're like, oh, okay. So I started talking to him and like would talk to him about training, and I would talk to him when I sold a challenge pack, and I would just started including him with the business. And I can't even stress that enough. Like I talked to him about how like, oh my gosh, I just found this new coach, or, you know, I was just talking to him. I'm like, oh my gosh, Mandy's back. I'm so excited, you know, yay. So he kind of has an idea of these people, and I tell him about their stories and, you know, things like that. And so for him, like, it's easier for him to celebrate me now because he understands more about it. I got him to a Super Saturday. I got him to Summit. He came to Cancun. So from him, like, doing all those things, it's totally changed his mindset. Like, he's actually like, I remember the first time we were coming back from Cancun, and that was the first time he's ever kind of not just been like, okay, hon, you know, good job. Like, he was supportive, but it was just kind of like he was like a cheerleader, hoorah, didn't really know what was going on. So we were talking, he's like, yeah, well, when you retire me. And I was like, what did you say? Like, so it was just really cool. The more that you talk to people, the more that you tell them about your vision, you share their dreams, they're going to believe it too. So that's the biggest thing, is anybody that you care about, don't think that they may think Beachbody's stupid. Talk to them about it until they don't want to hear about it. You know, I mean, obviously you're not going to, but just, a lot of times what I was doing was saying, oh, he doesn't want to know about that, but I'm going to tell him if I sold a challenge pack. I'm going to tell him if I signed a coach. And so now he's more excited about it, you know, kind of thing. So I loved that. Yeah, I took some notes. I took some quote, 9 months from now, I won't have to work my business from the bathroom.
From the toilet.
I was like, I'm going to write that one down for her.
Seriously, like, that's what I do. Like, I'm literally in the bathroom forever. Like, everyone's like, oh, you were gone a while. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't say anything. Like I said, they either think I'm on my phone or I have serious issues. And I don't really care. I don't care what they think because I'm going to do it.
So I would ask you, what advice would you have? Because I'm pretty sure most of our coaches are fairly new, a couple months or so. So what would you give advice to new coaches? Would you give them?
Talk to people. Like, don't be afraid to talk to people about the programs, about coaching, about what it's done for you. Share your journey. Like, don't be a closet coach. Like, I get some coaches that are like scared, or I don't know if they don't know what to do. I try to help them, but they're just like afraid to come out of the closet, to come out of the Beachbody closet. So if this is something you want to do it. Like, don't hold back at all, because someday you're going to look back at that and kind of regret it and wish you started sooner. So just come out of the gate, like, talk to people you know. Like, when I signed up as a coach, I think my first paycheck was like close to $200. Like, my literal I signed up on a Sunday, my first paycheck, because I signed up with the Ultimate Reset. I'll never do that again, but I signed up with the Ultimate, I did twice, it's over it. I signed up with the Ultimate Reset. I had my sponsor coach, that's how she got me to sign up. I saw her results and I was like, oh my God, I don't care that this thing is like $200, I'm doing it. And I signed up as a coach. And then I took her picture and sent it to like all of my friends. It was like, oh my God, look at this program I'm doing. This girl just lost 14 pounds in 21 days. Like, do you want to do it with me? And I literally got like 3 or 4 friends that were like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, cool, I'm a coach now. You can go through me. So don't be afraid to like talk to people. Everyone wants to feel good about themselves. Just do it in a good way. Don't be like, hey, I know you want to lose like 20 pounds because, you know, you're looking heavy, you know. Just do it in a good way. Like, you know, especially people that are always complaining about their weight or, you know, having to shop for new clothes and all that. So just don't be afraid to talk to people. You know, if you're going to go all in with this, Success Club's non-negotiable. That's what's going to move your business forward. So definitely just work on helping 3 people a month. 3 people, simple as that. You know, talk to 2 people, get them as coaches, get to Emerald. You know, that's like really the advice I give my brand new coaches, which I'm sure same as April. Like, you know, if you really want to be serious about this business, Success Club and Emerald are the first steps to start advancing and start really like start your business, basically.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so I just want to pick your brain a little bit. Well, go ahead. Does anybody have questions? I was just going to ask her some stuff to help you guys, but let me ask away. Anybody that's working full time or has questions?
Yeah. Because I'm sure I have more that I could say, but like I said, I'm scatterbrained. So I had I took notes a little earlier, but there's probably way more I could have said.
No, it was good. So does anybody have any questions? So, hey, Mac.
Hi,
Maddie. Michelle says hi.
Don't ignore me. We're friends, Maddie. Come back.
Okay. I'll text you. So, well, thank you so much, Michelle. This was awesome. And if you guys don't have any questions, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And I just appreciate you so much taking the time out, and I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for having me on. I hope that helped even a little bit. When April asked me to talk, you know, I asked her, and I was like, she's amazing. I want her on our team call. And then she was like, well, how about you be on mine? And I was like, okay, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. And she's like, you built a really amazing business working full time. How about you talk about that? And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. Like, so I was actually really surprised, but I was excited. It was great to be on. I hope it was helpful a little bit.
Yes, it was.
All right, great.
Yay, awesome. Okay, thanks, girl. And thanks, guys, so much for jumping on.
Yeah, thanks for getting on.
Yeah, so I will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.